Your daily news for Monday, June 13th from Jody's Corner is on its way.
What's up? This is Method Man right here. Yes, I have a mask on because I care. Welcome to Jody's Corner.
YouTube was good. It's your boy Jody Joe. Welcome to Jody's Corner. Got that daily news for you guys for June 13th, 2022. Remember we talked about Ezra Miller? Yeah, the parents actually won and they were able to get that restraining order between Ezra Miller and their daughter Dakota Iron Eyes. But the problem is they can't find Ezra or Dakota anywhere to even serve this fool Ezra papers. He gone missing. Nobody know where he at. They're trying to serve him, can't find him. Chase Iron Eyes and Sarah Jumping Eagle had their interim order of protection for their daughter approved by a judge from the Standing Rock Sioux Tribal Court in North Dakota last week. It says we need to talk about the star of psychology manipulating and intimidating and endangers the safety welfare of the child who has begun using the name Gibson and, like Miller, uses they them pronouns. Okay, however, Miller's current whereabouts are unknown. They move around so much that they're stuck in this legal limbo situation and we can't serve them in any place they're in long enough. Chase Iron Eyes, an attorney and activist, told the newspaper that they've been flighty. They've been avoiding service, and now there's public pressure mounting on them to make a decision, which makes us very concerned about Ezra's volatile nature. So basically what this is, Ezra knows that the court order had went through, and Ezra's like, oh, I'm not standing around for this. Let's go. Allegedly, they flew from America to the UK to different states within a matter of a few days. You can't serve nobody if you don't know where unless they escalate the importance of this, like sheriffs, cops, local police coming to your door, tracking your flights and seeing what hotels you checking in at. Then they gonna come for you like that. But it's not really at that serious moment yet. But we don't know what Ezra Miller's mind is like right now. We don't know what this fool is thinking. He got mental health issues, plus he's a douchebag. He completely manipulated this poor little girl, and now they're on the run like Bonnie and Clyde together. Hooked her on drugs. Ezra Miller, who is still employed by Warner Brothers Discovery right now, mind you, after all of these shenanigans running from the law, he's still employed by Warner Brothers as we speak. He is still the Flash, a superhero. I just want to put that out there. We got actual video from Takota. She went to Instagram to speak her first words since hearing about the situation. I've never seen her speak, and this is going to be a first time for many of us, I'm sure. Let's check this out.
Hi, guys. Hi, folks. I've become aware that some people are saying that my statements were not written by me. I'd like to clarify that they are, in fact, directly from me. Nobody is controlling my Instagram account. I don't have a phone right now out of my own personal conviction.
Oh, wow. She admits to not having a phone. What freaking 18-year-old personally decides to not have a phone? I understand she's indigenous, but nah, she just admitted that she doesn't have a phone. She young and dumb saying this shit. But good. It's good for the case. It's good for what we're trying to do here. Proves that she's being manipulated.
And honestly,
oh my God, she's thinking about what to say.
It's really distressing that the narrative of the victim in question is not being granted any trust. I worked really hard to make really clear what was going on. And if the statements are too profoundly contrasting to whatever assumptions those of us have garnered and have chosen to carry, I'd like to say that it's nobody's business and that no one is owed a story or an outcome. This is my life. These are my decisions. And I'm disappointed in my parents and the press. in every way. Thank you.
She needs help. Somebody save her. Somebody, FBI, click that door in and get her up out of there, bro. I look at a woman who's absolutely distressed, who's lying through her teeth, trying to find up words that will put us at ease, yet not relay her pain. I could see those eyes wiggling and shaking. I could see her brain at work trying to think about what to do, but she on the LSD. It's hard for her. Get her up out of there. Ezra, get him up out of there and show him towards a prison cell, because this is like a slice away from kidnapping. You have been having this little girl since she was a minor. You have been traveling around the world with her since she was 14 years old. What grown motherfucking man at 25 years old want to hang out with a 14-year-old and fly them out across the world to hang out with them? You're sick. Oh, but you know what's funny though? Here's what's funny. They'll never equate that to child abuse because Ezra is supposed to be gay. Oh, you don't think a gay man would have sex with her? Did we just put it out of our minds that the possibility of Ezra laying with this chick who might have been a minor at the time, that's not a possibility because he's gay? He's also mentally ill. I am not throwing that possibility out there. In fact, I think it's very likely that they had a personal relationship. I think it's likely that when they were
high, stoned off LSD and angel dust,
and they were just feeling their music.
Wouldn't it be like crazy if like, you know, because I'm supposed to be gay, but and you're like a they? What if we just like broke the rules and like you just like blew me and then like I ate you and then like we just did what our genitals told us to do, like without our brains like affecting it?
I could totally see that shit, bro. Save this poor girl. She needs help. Talk to your goddamn parents, lady. In other news, another Jeffrey Epstein accuser has come out accusing one of Epstein's lead angel girls. So basically, Jeffrey Epstein had levels of these women that he was abusing, and he was abusing some of these women so long that they became part of his team to try to manipulate and break other women into becoming into his faction. So this accuser that you guys know, she's one of the famous ones. I believe, is she the one that won against that royal family member? I think that might be her. She might have been the one that was touched when she was about 17 years old, all right? So this same woman that is accusing another woman named Rena O, accusing her of sexual abuse as well. Basically says papers were filed on Tuesday where Gufre, which is this woman here, accuses Rena O of sexually assaulting her and stuff. They said that Rena O further described how Gufre employed tactics of intimidation and false allegations to dissuade O, a witness to the criminal investigation of testifying for government agencies and other parties involved. They said that O was a sadomasochist. Let me see this right here. This right here is what got me. A sadomasochist. A sadomasochist. And I was like, what the heck? That sounds like some sedition, sadist. So I had to go ahead and look that definition up. A sadomasochist is basically somebody that inflicts physical pain on themselves or on others to get off. Like they get off on that. Like, oh, cut me. Oh my God, I'm leaking. Like think of it like that. Like severe BDSM type of stuff. Okay. So they also said that they further alleged that O called Epstein. This is what the trainer said. She called Epstein my older, richer boyfriend, and that she was scarred her emotionally and physically, including with the use of cutting, slashing, and other physical injuries during the sadomasochist sessions. Oh my God, this shit is freaky and it's sad. Want to get a look at who the person is who was supposedly doing this thing to her, working under Epstein, who was also abused by Epstein, but is now abusing other girls? Here she is right here. This was her at a New York museum. Her picture was taken, and this chick right here is the one that is alleged to be assaulting her when she was a minor. Sex crimes, and she's into that BDSM cutting and pain infliction and shit, man. At least it's alleged, but I believe this is 100%. Ladies and gentlemen, on June 28th, is it June 28th? I think it's my birthday. On June 28th is exactly when Ghislaine Maxwell will be sentenced for her crimes. A lot of this stuff is being swept under the rug. A lot of people are not talking about it, but it is definitely out there. We cannot let go that client list who'll be going to that island on them planes to that island needs to be revealed. We need to keep track and not lose sight of one of the biggest scandals in history when it comes to child, trafficking and stuff like that. We need to not lose focus of this case in this situation. June 28th, Ghislaine Maxwell will be sentenced to jail, and she'll probably be killed in jail or suicided in jail. They're after Ghislaine. Ghislaine ain't gonna live to see another day. They coming for her. They don't want her secrets to be out. I know she knows some of the people that was coming to the island, so it's a scary, scary situation. Into other news, from one motherfucking criminal to another, they recommend that R. Kelly gets 25 years in prison for his crimes. So we got a little video here I want to play.
I didn't know if this was normal. I didn't know if this is how adults acted. Like I just didn't know.
He has this type of like intimidation right off
I was a new accuser.
the bat. I was just waiting for it to be over.
I think he gets some sort of satisfaction within himself knowing that he's taking control over other people.
Yeah, it's tough. So yeah, they said that R. Kelly showed no remorse when he came into the court to hear some of the arraignment. And that's just fueling the fire to throw the book at this motherfucker, bro. So in the federal case, they said, since we can't get you on strict sex acts, we can't get you on some of those. Even when we do, you manage to wiggle your way out. They said, we gonna get you on racketeering, motherfucker. And that's what it is. In his federal case, Kelly found guilty. He was found guilty of all 9 counts that he faced. 1 count of racketeering with 14 underlying acts that included sexual exploitation of a child, kidnapping, bribery, and sex trafficking charges. And 8 counts of violating the Mann Act, which prohibits sex trafficking across state lines. Of the 14 underlying acts for the racketeering count, he needed to be found guilty of at least 2 of them, and they believe that they found him guilty of at least 12. So that's like an open book, closed book scenario. He's going to be sentenced 1 day after Ghislaine Maxwell, a day after my birthday. So Ghislaine Maxwell on the 28th, R. Kelly on the 29th. That is crazy. Y'all pay attention to Jody's Corner because I'll definitely be covering this thing. Subscribe now for future updates. In other news, Xbox did its thing. They had like this game presentation online streaming yesterday for people to go ahead and take a look at what they've been bringing to the table. They announced a whole bunch of exclusives and new games and such. But some of the major announcements, one of the major 2 big announcements was that Phil Spencer himself said that he will be working with Hideo Kojima on an exclusive game. What the heck is this on here for? Here we go. Kojima Studios and the Xbox Game Studios will, for the first time, make an exclusive IP together, which has a lot of fans excited. We didn't really see no gameplay or anything like that. This was like an announcement of where he's saying, yo, we're going to work together. In about 3 years, you'll see the game. So hold your horses on that one. But something that's more immediate that really got a lot of people excited, including myself, is this game here. It's called Starfield. This game is huge. Look at them images. Oh yeah, graphics on fleek. This is a huge exploration game. First person shooter, third person flight. It's
welcome to Constellation. We have a lot to talk about. We're all here because we're committed to the biggest question of all.
And you can fly in outer space and have space flight battles, bro. You could go to over 1,000 different planets, anywhere on the planet, and fully explore it, which is lit. I think that's great for gaming. Maybe Xbox seems to be really turning the curve when it comes to targeting, bringing out more games. In my opinion, I think that Xbox might finally be able to compete with PlayStation on the games level. They're already destroying them on the hardware level because the Xbox is more powerful than the PS5, but people don't really care so much about that this generation. They really care about what's up with them games, and I can't really knock them for it. In other news, we're talking about biology, not ideology. This person here has come out and been introduced on a news network as a she, and people are making a fuss about it because this was a he like a few weeks ago. Joking. Someone put this tweet out. Eddie Lizard spent the bulk of his life enjoying all of the perks of being a man, including roles in male-dominated movies like Ocean's 13 and not having to look sexy to get them, not aging out of roles. You don't get to join the club if you've never paid your dues, Eddie. They're upset that this man spent most of his career a manly man, and then at the twilight, where it's popping to be a woman, he's like, oh, I'm a woman now. And a lot of people are upset about it. But that's kind of weird because should it matter the age that somebody discovers their sexuality and decides to convert? Seems like a little bit of a jealousy to me. This tweet rings a little bit jealous, like, oh no, you don't get to be a man all your life and get all that money and acknowledgement and then take the headlines and become a woman. That's what it seems like to me. And I'm just reading some of these tweets. It's a pronoun. Eddie Izzard can dress however the heck Eddie Izzard wants. Yeah, it's a pronoun that identifies you as a woman. That's what it is. That's not just a pronoun. That's a huge thing. So in short, debate isn't okay unless it goes your way. Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? I just heard an advert. Look, being a woman is not a feeling. Okay. Jill Foster had a really important one here. She says the reason why Eddie Izzard is not and never will be a woman is because if there ever comes a moment where he doesn't want to be, he doesn't have to be. The rest of us don't get to opt out. Now, Jill, I completely understand what you're talking about. I understand where you're coming from, but that's not true. There are a lot of trans out here that are accepted into the LGBTQ movement just because they put on a dress and a wig and take some hormones and they start to look feminine. Even they can absolutely decide, I don't want to be a woman no more, stop taking the hormones, lose the dress and the wig, and be a man again. And there's thousands that qualify to be able to do this. Now, I assume that you're talking about surgery. Now, if you cut your cock off and you've got a vagina, I mean, it's a wrap. But there's a lot of trans that have not gotten their surgery, pre-op trans. So all of them could come back to being a man. So I don't know what that is. I remember in The Handmaid's Tale, the book, when women suddenly found they lost their jobs and control of their bank accounts because of a series of legislative changes no one saw the real point of. The last few years have demonstrated to me how easily that could happen. Yeah, it's crazy. Eddie Lister could do whatever he wants. Call him a he. You're supposed to call him a she. I mean, you're supposed to call her a she. See, she's already effing up. She's defending him while insulting him. But isn't it insulting him when a freaking man becomes a woman overnight, when last time you see him they were a dude and now they're a woman, and we're supposed to just flip our brains around and start calling her a she? Shit is wild. Where's the limit? Where does it end? Because there he is. That's him. And this is her now. 5 days ago, yesterday. I'm joking about the 5 days ago. I don't know how long ago it was, but it wasn't long. Trust me, it wasn't long. So how somebody who's used to seeing the man like this, he looks to be in his 50s here. He's older now, especially when you look at this. God, and you're not an attractive woman either. Look at that body. I mean, that physique. I mean, he's really got the man body still. So he's working it out. I guess he's taking, I guess she's taking her medication and stuff to, soften up a little bit. But yeah, my only objection is people tripping that he's a woman now. So what amount of female clothes and accessories makes him that? The answer is none. He has to be happy to be a guy for decades. And now all of a sudden, so now she's okay. So she does disagree with that. This guy says males have never had the right to have access to female spaces. They have simply invented a reason to claim the right to be in female spaces. Women still have every right to question them and say no to their invented reason in order to maintain female-only spaces. Shut your weird butt up. If it's either you're weird like this modern day society is, or you're normal. And what do I call normal? Rational thinking. You can't say that, I promote that everybody should be able to be whatever they want. So if you're a man and you want to become a woman, then do it. And then put rules on that. But if you were a man for 25 years of your career and then 23 years of your career you were a woman, you're still really a man. You've lived most of your life a man, so you can't convert to a woman now. It's suspicious. Get the freak out of here. It's either you're gonna let them be women or not. Now you guys, it's weird. It's a weird, confusing thing. And imagine for people like me and other straight heterosexual males and females, we have to sit back in a third party and try to see y'all argument and try to decipher which one is the right one to go with. And we just want to live our lives. It's gonna come to a point we're just not gonna talk to y'all in the public, and y'all gonna think we're freaking racist, sexist, and all that because we don't want to get confused, call you the wrong thing, and you call the police on us and bash our heads in because some of us happen to be black. That's your daily news. Thank you guys so very much for watching. Subscribe to the channel. I'm Jody Joe, and I'm out this thing. Deuces.